A $20 digital watch with a compass, step counter and a backlight better than most Casios. Yeah, I thought it was a steal too. And for a while it was, until it wasn't. This is the North Edge Alps, a digital watch packed with features, all for the price of lunch. I thought it would make sense to start with the size, because on paper it sounds huge. I was actually hesitant to even buy it because of that. But I'm glad I bought it, because when I put it on, I was quite surprised. Sure, it's not a small watch, I'm not saying that, but it wears way nicer than you'd expect. And the Velcro strap is also quite nice. It gives you a perfect fit, and honestly, it's quite comfortable. It's also a 24mm lug width, so strap swapping is possible, but honestly I don't really see the point in that. Moving on to the specs, the North Edge Alps is built with a lightweight yet durable carbon fiber composite case, paired with a stainless steel case back and a metal bezel. It features a negative display with an FSTN screen powered by a CR2430 battery that delivers up to 3 years of runtime. As I already mentioned, the dimension sounds huge on paper. The case measures about 47mm, give or take, depending on where you take the measurement, with a thickness of 12.5mm and a lug-to-lug distance of 53.5mm. Both the nylon strap and lug width come in at 24mm. Despite its bold presence, the Alps remains surprisingly lightweight at just 49 grams, including the strap. It's also water resistant to 50 meters. Now about the features. For the price, it's kind of ridiculous how much you get. This watch has a stopwatch, countdown timer, alarm, compass, step counter, calorie tracker, and a pacer, which is a bit like a metronome, I think. The compass isn't super accurate. It's usually 15 to 20 degrees off when I tested it. And after some time, you also need to recalibrate it, because at that point it's just completely off. And while the compass isn't the most accurate, I was actually really impressed with the step tracking. I took a quick walk and compared the data from the watch to my phone. I'll throw the results up on screen, but here's a quick rundown. The steps are practically identical. The calories are also super close. With the distance there's a noticeable difference. The watch showed about 3.3 kilometers, while the phone only logged a bit over 2.7 kilometers. Now that higher distance on the watch might be due to a few things. During the walk I stopped quite a few times to film some footage for this video. So I wasn't moving the whole time, and I guess I was also kind of walking in small loops. And another factor could be the calibration. When you're setting up the watch, it asks you for your average step length, and I just estimated mine. But overall, for a budget watch, the step count and calorie tracking are actually quite accurate. Another feature I really like is the backlight. When you press the light button, it stays on for 3 seconds. That might not sound like much, but it's actually way more convenient than on most Casios, for example, where you have to keep the button held down the whole time. Here with this watch, one press gives you enough time to check the time without needing to hold anything down. The buttons are also much bigger and more satisfying to press, making it much easier to navigate through the features. Unfortunately, here's where things started to go downhill for me. I was checking the time in the middle of the night, pressed the button once, the light came on, all good. I tried to press it again to double check the time, and the button was just gone. I thought I was just imagining things, but nope, it had actually popped out. To be fair, I managed to push the button back in place, and even though I couldn't find a small spring that goes behind the button, it's still working. But there's still no excuse for it to just break after just a month of use. AliExpress did offer a full refund, but only if I return the watch. And honestly, returning stuff to China isn't ideal. And that's exactly why I asked for a partial refund instead. But because this item had free returns, it wasn't possible. The only option was for me to send it back. It would have been easier for everyone if they just knocked a few bucks off instead of making me ship it back, considering shipping is more expensive than the watch itself. But that's just how it works with AliExpress sometimes. Talking about price, I got this watch for around $15 during the AliExpress anniversary sale. Normally you'll find it closer to 20 or even 30 bucks on AliExpress. And on the official North Edge site, it goes for about $50. But even at 30, I still think it's a great deal for what you're getting. At 50 bucks, I'm not quite sure if it would be my first pick, considering the questionable build quality. So, who's this watch really for? I'd say it's best suited for people who spend a lot of time outdoors. If you're into hiking, running, or just want a easy to use, cheap digital watch with some solid features, the North Edge Alps is definitely worth considering. You won't be afraid to beat it up a little, and you're still getting way more than what most watches in this price range offer. Compared to something like the Casio F91W, the Alps has a significantly better backlight, more features, and arguably better specs across the board. Of course it won't offer the same level of durability and build quality, but it's still a really fun, budget-friendly watch that punches well above its weight. So if you're interested in this watch, I'll put the links in the description, and let me know in the comments, would you trust a $20 watch like this for hiking or outdoor adventures? And if you're into affordable, obscure, and feature-packed watches like this one, hit subscribe for more reviews. See you in the next one.